Tansei, Tanishi, Buju. My name is Samantha Loney, and I am here reporting with Simcoe Community Media on the Barrie South Simcoe Metis Council's 2025 Annual General Meeting. The Annual General Meeting is a time for the Barrie South Simcoe Metis Council to come together with citizens over a meal to discuss all of the things that have been happening in our catchment area. Now, at this annual general meeting, we were able to capture some of the amazing moments of celebrating our post-secondary students who were given bursaries to help with their education costs. We were able to hear about all the amazing things that they're doing on their education journey, why they are on this journey, and what amazing things they're working towards to give back to the community.
Wow. Barrie Council got started about 5 or 6 years ago, and here we are, about 80 people in this room, business entrepreneurs, award winners, bursary winners, proud family, citizens. A special welcome to some significant guests. I just would like you to stand up and wave if you wouldn't mind. John Peevers, the Senior Advisor in Corporate Affairs at Bruce Power. Woo! I have to tell you that Bruce Power continues to be very supportive and very generous to the citizens here in Region 7. We owe them a deep debt of thanks. Chichi Miigwech, Marcy, thank you. We also have some significant M&O people here today. Among them we have Brian Black, who's head of our self-government initiative. And you're going to hear more because we're moving out, very exciting news. We're rolling out the next stage of self-government for the M&O, which involves having our own constitution. So Brian's got a big job.
Join us on Wednesdays. I have to say it.
Sitting next to him, who I did not know had arrived, is our Vice Chair, Sharon Cadeau. Please stand up, Sharon.
But please join us on Wednesdays. It's online. It's really important. Everyone has to say.
And Sharon's been doing double duty due to Hank Rowlandson's absence due to health issues. So our thanks to Sharon in ably doing both jobs. And last but certainly not least, we have our very own Region 7 representative, Greg Garrett. So I'm sure Greg wishes he was twins. He's got so much to do, and we really appreciate each of our special guests and each and every one of you in taking the time on a busy, beautiful Sunday to show up here today. I'm at the point in my life where I'm starting to think about things like legacy. And I feel very strongly that Barrie Council is in really good hands. We all owe an enormous debt of gratitude to Chair Tony Muscat, because he is the glue that gets so many amazing things started and continued. Chief among them, the youth camp, which I hope a number of you are familiar with, is just this amazing opportunity for many Métis youth to enjoy a weekend at a resort that would not otherwise be in their lifestyle at this point in time. He also is the active energy behind the food bank, which is making such a huge difference in our community for people who really need it as food prices just continue to spiral in a crazy way. I just want to single out 3 other people as well, and every council member is amazing, but there's 3 here who actually are serving in other roles as well. Outside, they're representing the M&O, but outside of the M&O. And One of them is Arlene Merkley with the Indigenous Education Committees in Simcoe County. Another one is Danielle Callender, who's serving on, I'm going to spell it wrong, Bannock, also known as Mama Way Health Committee, which deals with physical and mental health issues for Indigenous peoples in Simcoe County, which includes us. Yes, you can clap. And as well, hidden behind the pillar there, is Jeremy Scott, who serves on our Great Lakes Committee, safeguarding the health and wellness of our water and the fish and fauna in it. So I talked about legacy, I talked about youth camp, I talked about the food bank. Danielle, Deb, and others do an amazing job in organizing a number of youth-related events. Halloween, Christmas, Easter, among others. We've had dot painting, and I won't even be able to list all of the activities we've had that are youth-oriented. We also do adult-related workshops such as beading. We're planning on doing ribbon skirts. We've got a book club going. There's just a ton of stuff for you to get involved in as suits your energy and desires. So as president, I'm honored to be a part of this amazing group. And I am very proud of everything that they have accomplished. And I'm proud of everything you have accomplished. We are a vibrant, self-aware Métis community in Barrie that continues to grow. I feel like it's a wedding and I'm getting the...
Sorry.
Is she telling me to shut up or keep on talking? I'm not sure. So I will conclude, in case that was the shut up. I will conclude by saying I am very proud. I'm very proud of our business entrepreneurs. I'm very proud of our bursary winners who are going to continue to do simply amazing things for us and with us. And that concludes, subject to any questions, that concludes the President's report. You know you've talked enough when they applaud and don't ask any questions.
I have a question.
Sharon has a question.
It's not a question really, it's just like you've spoke about everybody else in the room but yourself. And I just want to say, you're the one that got this council started. You're the one that was advocating for it for a very long time. So I just want people to know how much work that you put in behind the scenes to get it going. So thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a team effort. It's all about the team. Thank you, Sharon. So, I have 15 amazing people here who, oh, they get money too? Are these in order?
They are in order.
Okay. I sincerely hope so, otherwise this is going to be fun. I'm going to ask John Peters from BP to, because BP is instrumental in assisting us in creating these bursaries for these very deserving people, to come up and award these checks of $1,000 to each of these winners. And just to have fun with it, I decided that, you know, when your last name is A or B, you're kind of geared up, you're going to get called first. But if you're like a W or a Z, you're kind of like, oh, I got time to relax. No, you don't. We are reversing it this year. And we are starting, let me get this in the right order here. Here we go, W for Warren. So we're starting with Jennifer Warren. Let's hope we get the right ones.
Not in that order, right?
It doesn't have them in alphabetical order.
No.
No? It still doesn't. Okay, bear with us. Jennifer,
stand right here. Congratulations. So bear with us. I'm going to tell people a little bit about you. Hang in there.
Okay. So, Jennifer says, I'm currently pursuing an honors Bachelor of Social Work with a concentration in Indigenous Studies at Algoma University. As a mature student, I'm proud to maintain a GPA of 95%. She says, over the years, I've witnessed many injustices faced by children, the elderly, and homeless. These experiences have motivated me to become a strong advocate and voice for those who are too often unheard. Through my education and future career in social work, I'm committed to being part of the solution, ensuring that every individual has access to the support, dignity, and resources they deserve. Thank you. Okay. Caitlin Scott. So Caitlin, if you could just get in position here, you know the drill. Caitlin says, I'm a proud Métis living woman who lives traditionally, honors my heritage. Harvesting has always been an important part of my life. Recently I received my firearms license and I'm in the process of applying for my harvesting card. She says, I attend Lakehead University in Aurelia where I'm pursuing my Bachelor of Education degree. My goal as a future teacher is to help students learn about Métis history and culture and to bring Indigenous perspectives into the classroom. Kelsey Pichet. There she is. Come on up. Kelsey is a second-year Master of Education student at Wilfrid Laurier. Over the past few years, I've been actively involved with the M&O as a summer youth program facilitator and also served as an Infinite Reach facilitator for 2 years. In her master's program, she says, I'm working to decolonize the education system and to ensure the integration of Indigenous, specifically Métis, perspectives in the curriculum. My ultimate goal is to contribute to a more equitable educational landscape where Indigenous students can thrive and where their cultures are honored and celebrated. Krista Paradis. Krista is currently enrolled in the 3-year computer programming and analysis program at Georgian College. And she said, you know, I've worked really hard to overcome some mental health barriers and other issues over the past 10 years. And as a result of a lot of hard work on myself, I now have the opportunity to pursue secondary education. And she's looking to shoot past this current degree into the necessary foundational skills for a career in cybersecurity.
We should hire you.
Bear that in mind. You get 2 points. Matthew Neville, please. Matthew is a second-year student at Brock University. He's studying computer science full-time, and he says, I'm hoping to be able to work in IT to help small businesses in my local community. As somebody who's had my internet down between IT and Dell since Thursday morning, boy, do we need it. Bradley Neville. They're brothers. They'll figure it out. Well, they share together, right? So, Bradley is in the field of space engineering at York University. I know, anybody could do it, right? In the summer of 2019, he assisted one of his professors in studying the suspected nebula MB2. He's part of the University Astronomy Club, the university's rocketry team, where he's helping to design and build flight computers. And because he was bored, he finished high school at the age of 15 and received 3 awards at that time: an electronic music bursary, the Science, Technology, and Math Award, and the Academic Achievement Award. And because the university isn't challenging enough, he's also completing a college diploma in big data analysis in his spare time. Megan Muscat. We're really making John Peters work for his meal today. So Megan's in her second year of the Counseling Psychology Doctor of Education program at the Ontario Institute of Studies in Education at the University of Toronto, also known as OISE. And she gives a nod out to her family, which includes a very proud dad and a proud aunt over at the table there. And she says, at a young age, I saw the immense benefits of actively participating in Métis culture. And I was raised to be proud of my heritage. I volunteered as a counselor on the Graduate Education Council at U of T. I've been a graduate assistant in the Center for Educational Research at OISE. And then she says, through my education, I aspire to be able to help our community. There is significant misrepresentation and disproportionate amount of Indigenous-related research and academic literature, especially as it relates to health. Knowing this, my dissertation and practice will be focused on how to engage Indigenous peoples in receiving psychotherapy despite a history of racial discrimination that has led to a hesitancy to seek help. All right. Olivia Mahar. We're going to have to get you guys to snuggle up a little closer. Olivia is a 19-year-old student currently in her second year at Toronto Metropolitan University. She began her studies in business management, but recently transitioned into the accounting and finance program after discovering she had real skills in this area. She's also, through this period of time, operated her own nail business, and she sees herself being a CEO in the future after she's got her MBA to further strengthen her leadership and strategic skills. Mackenzie Holliday's mom. Mackenzie's at Kingston, and due to certain deadlines, she could not make it here today. But Mom has graciously appeared. She's in second year at Queen's University in a concurrent education program with a specialization in history, a minor in drama. She's a peer mentor at the Indigenous Student Center. She also worked with M&O as an Infinite Reach facilitator. And she says, my goals for the future are to get my PhD in Indigenous history, become a professor, and she also wants to have an impact such that places that do not have a good education in Canada have a better one, and a one that is aware of Indigenous history. Ryan Gladwin. Ryan has graduated from his nursing degree. And now he's been working primarily in emergency and trauma nursing. And he is committed to advancing his education by completing his Master of Nursing at the University of Toronto, which will enable him to obtain his nurse practitioner designation. He says, my goal is to contribute to addressing the growing shortage of primary care providers in Canada with a focus on Indigenous communities. I want to see culturally safe health education and support prevention, health screenings, and how to manage chronic conditions such as diabetes. Amanda DeMartin. Amanda's at Lakehead University, Kiwatanaz. I hope I'm saying that right. You heard her, right? What she said. Indigenous Teacher Education Program. Like many of us, being a mother got in the way from Amanda's initial education goals. She graduated with honors in high school and college. She earned the J.R. Coleman Award for top student in medical office administration, and she graduated to a successful healthcare career, and then she took a break when she became a mom. But now she's returned to university as an adult. She says, it's challenging, but I'm persevering. I'm proud to have maintained a GPA of 97 in my spring term. I think you're doing it. And she says, through Lakehead's program, I've learned how to meaningfully integrate land-based learning, storytelling, and experiential education into the curriculum. Quinn Collingburn.
I'm her mother.
Ah, okay. She has a midterm in 2 days. Got it. Quinn Collingburn, not her mother, graduated as an Ontario Scholar with honors. She's pursuing her Bachelor of Arts in Criminology at Western University, and she sees this as a stepping stone to a meaningful career in criminology and law. John says the checks are diminishing, it's getting easier.
I can do this.
We don't pay him enough. Brianna Balmer. Brianna, am I saying your last name right?
Yes.
Sort of? Balmer. So Brianna is currently attending Georgian College for the Early Childhood Education Program. She's in her second and final year. Her future goal is to become a kindergarten teacher. She's particularly passionate about integrating Indigenous perspective into early childhood education. She says, I want to ensure that Indigenous culture and heritage is represented in my teachings and educational settings, allowing children to learn about and embrace their identities from a young age. Mitchell Belcourt. I'm going to share a little bit about Mitchell. He's an interesting dude. He wrote, I've been playing and coaching competitive football for the Huronia Stallions Football Club for 12 years. In 2024, I was the captain of the varsity team. In 2023, we're the All-Ontario champions. This last summer, I volunteered my time 3 nights a week to coach a house league. I also played for the Eastview Wildcat Football Club, where I achieved captain, MVP, and the Iron Man Award. When does he sleep? I graduated from Eastview Secondary School as an honor student and Ontario Scholar with 6 university prep courses with an average grade of 80%. I was offered a spot on the York University varsity football team, but for family reasons could not attend. Tragically, my father, who's also been a member of the MNO, passed away last year. I am now enrolled in the Electrical Engineering Technician program at Georgian College. I chose this field as my father and grandfather were electricians, and my brother is an engineer with a master's. Riley Beamer. Where are you, Riley? There you are. Riley's currently enrolled in the Social Service Worker program at Georgian College in Aurelia. And she talks about her childhood, her sports activities, hockey, soccer competitively, lacrosse, baseball, basketball, and then she decided to try rugby. When she graduated from Bear Creek, she said, I really didn't have a lot of hope I would go to post-secondary. But then something happened. She got some counseling, rebuilt her faith and confidence in herself, and she's now in the second year of her program and thriving. And we're out of chat. So I just want to ask all of you to stand and give a big hand to our bursary winners.
Of course, after President Roxanne Shank had awarded these bursaries, we were able to hear from Regional Councillor Greg Garrett about things that are happening in the region with the Métis Nation of Ontario. Councillor Garrett also did a presentation where he explained the Drummond Island sash that will be available to Barrie catchment citizens soon. It's the one that I am wearing today. And all proceeds from this sash will go towards a Drummond Island celebration, as the 100th anniversary of the Drummond Island migration is going to be happening in 2028. There's also a beautiful painting that was done by Métis artist Patty Belanger. Eventually, those paintings will also be sold. And of course, that money will go back into the celebration in 2028.
So welcome to the Georgian Bay Historic Métis Community. The current catchment area is Barrie South Simcoe Metis Council. I'm the Region 7 rep, Region 7 Captain of the Hunt, and Associate Secretary for Housing and Homelessness. I'd like to acknowledge the Secretary for Housing and Homelessness, Sharon Cadeau, my mentor and good friend. Georgian Bay has the largest Métis population of any region in Ontario, and also houses about 50% of all the harvesters. So there's a lot of activity goes on in this region. So under housing, there are builds currently ongoing or completed in Toronto, Kenora, Midland, Sault Ste. Marie, and Thunder Bay. The intended build will require at least 9 affordable rental development pilots, batting approximately 150 to 250 units, which is 1 per MNO region. The Midland build of 14 family units are now under construction. I was watching them put the forms and get ready for the concrete last week, so I'm anxious to see the framing started. Work and planning continue with the 200-year anniversary of the Drummond Island Exodus to Petatang for 2028. The MNO is recently on board, and Councillor Case has offered to co-chair and help organize from the event from the Sault Ste. Marie all the way down to here, so that's great news. He's a great asset to our region when it comes to supporting the historical connections. The commemorative sash is now available in short supply, with more coming soon, as well as other promotional and commemorative works. Samantha and myself are wearing the new sash.
Some of us want one of those.
They're on order. Lots of people want them, but so anyways, the sash as it stands is the Assumption sash is in the middle, and the blue-gray on the outer edge with
You
the
have to
white.
explain what
Blue-gray
the
represents
assumption.
the.
Hey, you have to explain what the assumptions are.
Pardon?
Explain what the assumptions are.
Assumption sash is where the majority of sashes are where they were primarily made in Quebec. So it's a very common sash that Métis wear. The blue-gray represents the ice-cold waters in November when the majority of the Métis migrated from Drummond Island, and the white on the outer border represents the white caps and the snow and ice that they would have hit at that time of the year coming in. And if you've ever been out on the water in November, you'll know what I mean. The Assumption sash is where the majority of sashes are where they were primarily made in Quebec. So it's a very common sash that Métis wear. The blue-gray represents the ice-cold waters in November when the majority of the Métis migrated from Drummond Island, and the white on the outer border represents the white caps and the snow and ice that they would have hit at that time of the year coming in. And if you've ever been out on the water in November, you'll know what I mean. Work and planning also continue with ECDEV of regional offices in the Community and Culture Center. I've recently met with an organization that is trying to sell a building that I'm hoping will be the first of the model, and it'll be hopefully housing many, many things that we've been asking for over the years, including the M&O offices in Midland, community kitchens, programming areas. There's a gym there that holds 200 for conferences, so we're going to see how that goes, and if anybody's got any questions or suggestions on that, I'll be available afterwards. There have been many engagements ongoing with politicians, proponents, and historical places to raise the awareness and story of our communities. Ontario Métis Facts is a great resource to learn the history of our region. There is a new booklet out, and I have one that I brought if anybody wants to see it. It's Rivers of Resistance, and it's a great reading for all the Métis communities in Ontario. Regional surveys is something that the councils gathered in the region and had discussion on. And what we've done is hired an independent contract to call every citizen, about 7,600 in Region 7, and try to identify what they do. Are they an artisan? Are they a contractor? Whatever they do, it'll be on that list when we're done. And we're expecting a year-end summary report coming out of Métis Advisors by then. And going back to something that was said at the very beginning about Barrie being one of the greatest councils, the reality is all the councils in our region rock. At a recent PCMNO meeting, I had another colleague, a councillor, ask or state that he does not know how Region 7 gets so many people to their events. And it's probably, the answer is simply, we engage more than anybody else. We care about our citizens, we engage. The councils continue to do that great work on the ground. Another regional project that we're working on is a regional website. The hope is that it'll look something towards a main page where it's going to be Georgian Bay Historic Métis Community. You're going to go there. You're going to see the 4 tabs at the top representing the 4 councils. You'll be able to click those, and their individual websites will be hosted that way. There'll also be a regional calendar on it. So if you looked at today and there's 4 things going on, you could click anything and see which council is doing what on any given day, which is a great resource and ask from the citizens all the time to know what's going on. So I'm happy to say that the councils in the area are going full steam on this. We hope to have that running end of year, early next year. There are many documents that have been acquired. In the process of digitizing and storing them is an ongoing effort. I probably have about 20 some odd boxes in my basement now of historical records and documents that have been donated to the region, that hopefully when we get them done, they'll be digitized and available to everybody in the region. And lastly, a little bit of on harvesting. We're into the harvesting season. You know, think about your community. For those of you up in the Midland area or want to travel, they're doing the same thing they've done the last few years. They're collecting the hides off the animals, and then they're sending them out to get tanned. So if you have hides and you don't know what to do with them, you can reach out to me or President Lepage. He's happy to take them, and we'll salt them. We'll get them. So, but they're great because then they become available to the region for their leatherwork crafts if they want through the Midland area. And on harvesting, we have the registry at the back for mobile registry. I advise everybody to check your harvesting and citizenship cards for expiration dates while they're here. They can get them all done, and I'll be signing them at the end of the day for whichever ones are there. So, and that's my report, and thank you all very much. Sonia, it's been a pleasure. Roxanne, thank you very much.
That concludes our report on the annual general meeting. We know not every citizen is able to attend these meetings due to either financial means or geographical location. The Barrie catchment area actually covers a wide area of rural communities. And so we hope you were able to learn a little bit more about the Barrie Council, what we're doing for the community, and how you can get more involved. Of course, if you'd like to be more involved in the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council activities, you could always email the Barrie Council, and we'll leave that email just right here on the screen for you. And of course, anytime you have an activity or an idea for something that you would like to see council doing, you're encouraged to, once again, email that email, and let them know what you would like to see happening in our community. Merci for watching, and we'll see you down the river.